I love America. I love America and I love American people, the people who make this country great. I love America and I love our President Donald Trump. He's doing the right thing. I agree with him. Here is the thing that I'm gonna give you a lot of information about the Syrian, Lebanese, Iraqi so-called Christians. Because you don't know, I have lived with them. Every information that I'm posting here on social media, every picture, every person, there are some other people that I still didn't post about them yet. Everybody that I'm talking about, I know them personally. I live with them in the same house, especially with Amy Arakelian. For more than several years, I was a sex slave to her, cleaning, cooking, taking care of her, her mom, her families, and also sex trafficking me, making money out of me and my daughter and other children internationally. Amy Arakelian is a ISIS. She's ISIS. She's not Christian. There are no Christians in Syria, in Lebanon, and in Iraq. So I will start with Harut Oryan, how he came to America. Harut Oryan came to United States by a fraud documentation. He was born in Syria. He moved and lived in Lebanon. However, he moved to Iraq to prepare paperwork. I don't know, his paperwork was prepared directly in Iraq or from Lebanon. He made up these paperwork. Perhaps, I believe, he came to United States from Iraq because his passport is saying Iraq, we say. And however, his friends and family members telling me that he was born in Syria, and he also told me he was born in Syria, he grew up in Lebanon, however his passport is saying Iraq. Why? Because it's a fraud. He came to America by a fraud documentation. That's there. This is why ICE must investigate. And once people come to America by a fraud, this is a national threat. Once they commit the first fraud, then all these other frauds add up. This is why you have to be very careful when people come illegally. This is a very dangerous situation. Now, Harut Oryan made a fraud paperwork to get married with Amy Arakelian. Sham marriage, fraud marriage, so she can come to USA. Harut Oryan, in front of the judge, he said he agrees that it was a fraud marriage. When the judge asked him, because we had a court case, it was another fraud court case in the New Jersey courts who sided with the pedophile Harut Oryan because he has money and because he was playing really good, a psychopath who plays as a victim. He was crying in front of the judge, and I'm sitting there. I'm so traumatized. I have no one tear to shed. I couldn't say anything. I was silenced, and him and his people silenced me, and they told the judge that I'm mentally ill, I can't do or talk anything. However, that was all the part of the fraud. When they're trafficking me, this is part of the fraud. They created fraud documentation from the country that I was born in, fraud things as I was a pedophile and everything they accused me of. They are doing it because I was a child. Children cannot be pedophiles. I was groomed and I was exploited by the same Syrian so-called Christians who come to my country and exploit children. Amy Arakelian was there. I remember her. She used to come there. She's a very old woman. Don't look, in her passport it may show that she was born at 70s. However, she's older than that. She has done a lot of construction on her body and face, changing even her eye color because she wants to blend in, and she wants all the fraud. Amy Arakelian came to America by a fraud with Harut Oryan, her real uncle. They say, I don't believe there was real marriage and there was no sexual activities because Amy Arakelian would never ever have sexual relationship with Harut because Amy Arakelian, her eyes are out there. Never ever, I don't believe they were really married and having sex because Amy Arakelian, it was just a fraud. He said, Harut Oryan, in front of the judge, he said he brought Amy Arakelian to America because they were very poor in Lebanon, in Syria. They were so poor, so please, and that he was crying in front of the judge, telling the judge, yes, that's true. That was a fraud relationship, fraud, marriage, and the judge did nothing. So that judge who did nothing must be accountable, because she knows these people came to America by fraud. And again, once you come to USA by fraud, then you add up another fraud on top of the fraud. And this is what Amy Arakelian did. This is why ICE must investigate from 10 years from now, 20 years from now, everything, every single bit. So Amy Arakelian commit a lot of car accident frauds. I remember her suing somebody. They told me she hit a car, or somebody hit her car, and she's having neck problems, and she's suing them. However, I live with her. She never had any neck problems. She was fine. She was like enjoying everything. She's not even working, not cooking, not cleaning, nothing. All she does is sitting, doing her nails, going out, having fun with Muslims. And her other slave, Eddie Arakelian, she says he is her husband, perhaps in the documents, but she's around with everybody, even though she's not attractive to be a prostitute or anything. I don't know. For money, she's capable of doing all kinds of frauds, threatening people, going with Arab children because she wants to stay young. And I was her victim since when I was a child, and also in America for several years. So she came to America illegally. Car accident fraud, insurance fraud, religious fraud. They are Muslims. They had Quran in their house. They used to go on their knees and stand up. This is how Amy Arakelian used to pray. They used the word Allahu Akbar. They even forced me to create a t-shirt in a black. Amy Arakelian threatened me. She said, you have to create this t-shirt. It's a black t-shirt, and on it she said, write Allahu Akbar and wear it. And they were threatening me, if I do not wear it, they're gonna kill my daughter. And they made me to wear this t-shirt as if I am part of them and their religion. She was forcing me to convert into Islam, telling me that's the right religion, and they pray 5 times, and they were forcing me to get into this type of religions that I'm not interested. I'm a Christian and I live in America, and I practice the American Christianity, Western Christianity. I dress whatever I want. I put my makeup, and that's, as a Christian, I'm supposed to do this. And I'm not supposed to dress like them, covering my arms and my legs and my head. However, they were forcing me to practice Islam, and she was forcing me to practice radical Islam, and she was brainwashing me, controlling, manipulating, brainwashing me to learn their way of Islam. And when they sent me to Dubai, actually in Dubai, the people, they connected me with these are Turkish and Pakistani Islamic ring, and I was raped by these gangs in Dubai and in America also, and also in my own country with Amy Arakelian. Right now, currently, she has a lot of international Islamic ring. They do exploit children in my country. My country is a Christian country. I cannot mention about my country that much. I want to keep it. A lot of you may know already. However, this is what Amy Arakelian does. She has connections and she exploits children in my country. Labor, sex, organ trafficking, and she does that also in India. This is why India must be very careful when these missionaries and other religious groups come. You have to investigate them and make sure when you look at their passport, it's saying they are from Middle East or somewhere. You must not allow these people to enter for missionary, and keep your eyes on them. Amy Arakelian was doing organ trafficking in India, and they are involved with Islamic people. Amy Arakelian's connection with Islamic people and Harut Orian's connection with Islamic people. We don't look at their name. We don't look what cross they wear, because they are pretending. Why they start pretending? So when they trafficked me, Harut Orian, he kidnapped me, threatened my family members, and he kidnapped me from my family. And when I came to USA, he started abusing, and he's 28 years older than me, a Syrian, Iraqi citizen, radical Muslim. His entire family, his mother, they are praying, reading the Quran, praying like Islamic people, saying Allahu Akbar, Inshallah, Salam alaikum, marhaba. Yeah, they are using all these words, Islamic words that I have learned from them. I lived with them, and they told me my Bible is wrong, their Quran is the right book. His mother, she said, Hagi Orian, she said, that's not even her real name. Her real name is different. They changed their names. So she said her Quran is right, my Bible is wrong. She threw my Bible, she burned my Bible. Aini Arakelian, she was pooping on my Bible, cleaning her butt using my Bible. And Aini Arakelian grew up in Lebanon, Syrian born. She even changed her eye color. Okay, her eye color is changed. That's not her real eye color, and she was radical Islamic wearing hijab in Syria, pretending. Anybody who comes and says no, that's not true, these are the same people who are involved with Aini Arakelian in international organized crime against children and women. Why there are no Syrian Christians, there are no Lebanese, Iraqi, Pakistani Christians? Don't believe. And these people say they are Pakistani Christians, they are being persecuted. Don't believe them. A lot of things are happening in this Pakistani Christian thing. These are exploiting children. Have you seen these young boys with groups of children as preaching? They are doing that for money. They want money. They want other things. They are pretending, and they want, in this way, they want to play persecuted so they can enter into Western citizenship, Western world. In Switzerland, the refugee camp, I am with, so I met with these Afghani people. They told me they converted into Christianity, and he said, if I go back, Taliban is going to kill me. However, I noticed that he's lying. I know that they are lying because I know these people, they lie. Islam is teaching them to lie. And I know a lot of Pakistani people, including the person who raped me. He was pretending to be Christian. He said, I'm going to come to USA by pretending that I'm Christian. He said, I'm going to study the Bible, wear a cross, say I converted and I can't go back. And in this way, I'm going to come to USA. However, you should not allow even so-called Christian, nobody should come to USA from Syria, Lebanon, Iraq. If he is born in Syria, they must live in Syria. If you are born in Pakistan, that's where you must live. This is where, if God put you there, that's your country, and America must stay safe. This is why my children, our children, and why people are homeless, because these are the drug dealers. Let's say Islamic people, drug dealers, they don't use drugs. Aini Arakelian, she's not using drugs, but she's a drug dealer also. How many lives? Do you know that child trafficking is killing more people than 9/11 did? This is why I say child trafficking is the highest level of the terrorism that you can imagine. Drug trafficking is a terrorism. Child labor, sex trafficking, organ trafficking is the extreme. There is nothing there is nothing more sick and demonic than organ trafficking. There is no any other terrorism than organ trafficking. You say these shootings and 9/11, that's nothing compared to labor, sex, organ trafficking of the children. Do you know how much damage, how many children and how many innocent people die because of this? This is the highest level of terrorism. This is the highest level of terrorism. This is why I want to educate American people who don't understand what terrorism is. Child trafficking is a terrorism, and that's the extreme way of terrorism. More children die. In 9/11, I don't know how many people died. Many innocent people died too, right? They were criminals who died, but there were many innocent women and children who were, unfortunately, what we say, when you burn the grass, you burn the dry, and everything you burn together. The good grass and the dry one, they burn together. This is what I'm saying. When criminals commit crime, with them many innocent people go. This is why my grandfather, he didn't understand what's happening. What my grandfather said when he heard about 9/11, he said, good, I'm happy that happened, they deserve it. But what he meant, he was talking about Islamic people who exploded these buildings. He thought only Muslims died, only terrorists, Muslims died, radical Islamic terrorists died when they commit 9/11, but he didn't know that a lot of innocent people also died. He thought only terrorists died. That's why he said he was happy. My grandfather is a Jewish Christian man. He would never wish anything bad for America or for Jewish people. He loves Americans, he loves Jewish people, and he's the Jewish man. My grandfather was Jewish. They killed him because of that. Aini Arakelian killed my grandfather in my country. Okay, so when my grandfather said he was very happy when he heard about September 11, the meaning of he meant he's happy to see these terrorists, radical Muslims and Muslim terrorists dying at 9/11, but he didn't understand that it wasn't them. He didn't know that much about what's happening. He lives in another country. He doesn't know what's happening. He thought radical Muslims died only for 9/11. That's why he said he was happy to see this terrorist dying. But again, we are not going to be happy about innocent people going. Okay. Next thing, Amy Arakelian coming to America. Why did she pretend to be Christian? So when I was in America, they started abusing me. Labor trafficking started abusing me in physical, sexual, verbal, mental, psychological, torturing me, isolating me, turning people against me so they can isolate me and torture me more, and raping me. Trafficking and raping me. So when I told Harold, if you continue doing this, I'm gonna go and report the government that you came to America illegally and your niece came to USA illegally, and they're gonna deport you. They start threatening me. They said, if you do this, we're gonna kill your family members. And they start abusing me even more. At that time, Harold Orian told his mom and his families to practice Christianity. He told his sister, nieces, start reading the Bible, go to church, wear a cross, and post about Christianity. Pretend, because if you don't do this, they will deport you. Because they know they are radical Muslim. Harold's mother was reading Quran. Harold told his mother, when police come, put the Bible on the table, put Jesus' pictures, let's pretend that we are Christians. Bring everything about Christianity. Put the cross, Jesus, read the Bible, buy Bible, download Bible, and all these things. This is why I'm telling you ICE. There was an Iranian woman recently deported. I'm gonna go there. Let me not forget to talk. So every time when something happened, I tried to call the police. They had a Bible on the table. They would say, lie to the police, telling the police I'm a terrorist, I'm a pedophile, and I'm against America, and everything they did. Everything that they are doing, they were accusing me of doing it, and I was silent because they used to threaten me all the time. And I wrote a letter to many different organizations. If you know anything, please let me know. I'm gonna write a letter. I'm gonna continue fighting for my daughter's freedom, because she's a victim of labor sex trafficking. Currently, she's heavily being labor trafficked heavily in America, and the government don't care about us because we are not an important people. I'm not important. I don't have money. I'm not somebody important where the government can come and care about us. However, there is going to be a time where this has to end, right? And that's why I'm fighting for this over and over until somebody pays attention to this. Harold Orian is a radical Muslim. His sister, Aznif Demircan, radical Muslim. They came to America illegally. They told Muslims to rape me because they are telling Muslims that I'm a Christian Jewish woman. They have to rape me and I am their enemy, and he's their brother. He was calling them, hey, you are my brother, go rape her, torture her. And they would make money out of it. Amy Arakelian would make a lot of money out of human trafficking me and my daughter and other children, my families. My cousin was killed. My families were poisoned. Many children in my family are poisoned. They are struggling with brain damage and have dangerous health conditions, unknown health conditions, because they are being tortured, abused, labor, sex trafficked, poisoned, and murdered in my family. This Harold Orian is committing genocides against me, against my family. And they lie, they twist information, they commit genocide against my country, against my nation, and against my family who live in my country. Harold Orian murdered my grandfather, who was against him. My grandfather was murdered, my uncle, my cousin was murdered. My other uncles are threatened and tortured and labor trafficking my uncles, and sex trafficking their children, organ trafficking, and genocides, murdering my family members, and poisoning children who start losing their eyesight, brain damage, body organ damage. And this is happening. This genocide terrorism is committed by Harold Orian and Amy Arakelian. They did this type of things in Lebanon. This is why he told me he had a sister and brother and they were murdered in Lebanon. If it's the truth, they did it because these people are all criminals. His entire family are radical terrorists and sick people who even endanger the life of Lebanese people in Lebanon. I believe there are a lot of innocent people in Lebanon who are just innocent, minding their own business, living their own life, just surviving. But Harut Oryan commit terrorism against these people too, and then he comes to America, and you never investigate who is coming to America. This is sick, and this is crazy, this is unfair, because we Christians, we innocent people, children and women, are victims because of this Mexican, Islamic, other these terrorist organizations, cartel, mafia, ISIS gangs, and this sick community shouldn't be in America. Who are they? What did he bring? Do they have any talent? Anything? Are they any? What do they bring good for America except committing crime, tax fraud, religious fraud, identity fraud, bank fraud, credit card fraud, loan fraud, insurance fraud, car accident fraud, name fraud, citizenship fraud, and I'm not even including the terrorism, child trafficking, which is the most demonic. These type of people must face death penalty by the Bible, by the Court of America, and I am so disappointed that America is not standing up. A lot of homeless people because of these people selling drugs to Americans, and American people ending up homeless on the streets because they lose their health, their mental health, and all the good things in their life. They keep losing their lives because of these drug traffickers, and this is a pure terrorism. Do you know how many Americans suffer because these drug dealers out there? This is why I am very emotional right now. This is not right. This is very unfair. My daughter is a victim. They threaten her. They threaten her to lie. They are keeping her. Harut Oryan, his mother, his sister, his niece Ania Rakelian, his other nieces, one is in Canada, one is in France, and one is in Lebanon. They are all criminals. The entire family are terrorist organization, must be arrested and deported. Give them to the government of Lebanon. They will take care of them very well. You don't need to do anything. Give it to the government. They will take care of them very well. Why they lie? Because they are afraid of deportation. So Harut said, Aina Arakelian, go study the Bible, say you are Christian, wear the cross, pretend. Mother, sister, everybody go to church, wear the cross, pretend. If you do not, they will deport us. Now I'm telling you that it doesn't matter what they pretend. Anya Rakelian is pretending as if she's a Christian counselor or a R-E-V, reverend. Rev is for reverend. Christian counselor and some type of professional. It's all a fraud. Identity fraud, credential fraud, license fraud. Anya Rakelian is nobody and nothing. She has no education, nothing. She's just a criminal, a terrorist, a murderer, she's a genocide committer. She commits genocide. She's a genocidal. You have to do severe, strong investigation. All these fraud credentials, who is giving them all these fraud credentials? They can even print that and get these things done easily. She is committing crimes by lying, cheating, stealing, killing, destroying, happening in America with her fraud credentials. She's a radical Muslim. She's not even a Christian. And she came to America illegally. This is national threat. Started from there, national threat started, and then ending up torturing innocent children and women, Christians, and people who want to live a good life in America. Jealous of good people who are better than her, because I came to America as a very young, very attractive, sexy, extremely beautiful from head to toe. My eyes alone, and everybody would stare at me and they would compare me with Miss Universe and Hollywood singers and dancers. And I came to America as a professional singer, professional writer and artist, multi-talented. I have integrity. I have all the good qualities, kindness, faith in Jesus Christ. I'm like perfect person, light of the world. I'm coming to America because I came to USA because I came to practice my talents and bring good to America and help my families. But I end up being in these sick families who are torturing me out of jealousy, envy, and hatred. Anya Rakelian, her jealousy because she's not attractive and I am, and she's jealous. And plus, on top of that, she knew that she may be deported because she has done criminal activities against me. And then they start poisoning me with mercury, unknown substances and chemicals. They did the same things to my children, damaging our nervous system, which damage my IQ, eyesight, brain damage, nervous system damage to me and to my children, memory damage, losing our memory associated with the past. There was a time they took us to the Long Island beach. Over there, it's called Long Beach Island or Long Island Beach, where I was tortured by these gangs. Again, these are people, Islamic, and these Aini Arakelians gangs, and Mexicans also involved. A lot of Mexicans are part of this. This is why the church is associated with this type of people. You should be aware, and there should be very strong investigation. This is and ICE recently deported an Irani citizen. So this woman claimed she was a Christian, and there was a pastor coming for her. No, don't deport her. She's converting to Christianity. However, ICE recognized that there is no way she's converting to Christianity, and they deported her. Don't believe in these things. Even if you find Christian materials in their house, the more you see, it's more dangerous. Trust me, believe me, I know how these people work. Don't believe them. There are no Christians in Pakistan. Who they say they are Christians, they are more dangerous than ISIS. You have to be very careful. There are no Christians in Pakistan, no Christians in Syria, in Lebanon, in Iraq. Be very careful, especially when they pretend. Don't trust people who are, when you see they are pretending too much, don't trust, be careful, because you can identify them by their fruits, and their fruits are not what they post on social media. You have to investigate them. You don't know them until you live with them in the same house, under the same roof. This is why I'm telling you, Harut's entire family is a terrorist organization. ICE must get involved. And I'm helping you, I'm giving you tips. Get involved in this and protect America, because I love this country. Again, before I came to this country, I was a little girl. I had the American flag in my Bible, praying for America. I didn't even know what America was that much. But I was praying and I was saying, God is going to take me to this country. And I came to this country with a different goals. However, I end up being in a situation where now God is going to use me to give you a tip and a clue how these things work and protect American nation and start bringing these criminals to America. They're pretending is, again, these people who pretend are more dangerous than the people who are kind of, they don't care, and they are showing you that they are Muslims. But the one who come from Middle East and they say they are Christians wearing a cross, you have to go after them, because there are no Christians over there. They can't be. Literally, these people, the same mentality, culture, the same thinking, personality, the same behavior, they can't be. And again, I'm telling you, I lived with those groups of people who pretend they are mafia gangs, ISIS, and international child trafficking ring. Aini Arakelian came to America illegally. That was a national threat right there. And I'm not talking all the murders and genocides that she committed from USA. She's committing these genocides in other countries and also in USA, poisoning us, torturing us. Until today, she is harassing me. They are cyber stalking, cyber crime, tracking me, finding me everywhere, sending people after me. She wants other people to kill me by slandering and lying about me, false accusations, lying and telling people to the way she's falsely accusing me, she's telling them that this is what I said. They create false stuff under my name. Everything is a fraud. Aini Arakelian is the most demonic terrorist in the world. American people, wake up. Wake up. She's lying about me. Everything she says about me is a lie. Do you know me personally? And everything, if she didn't lie about me, I wouldn't tell the truth about her. And she's from Syria, I'm not. They are from Lebanon, I'm not. And you should not trust anybody who comes from that countries. I came from Eastern Europe, a Christian country, Christian nation. And I was their victim. Again, I was their victim. You can interrogate her. Don't do anything. She wants people to kill me by lying. I don't want you to kill her. I want you to get her, interrogate her, and deport her back where she came from. Give her to the hand of Lebanon, and Lebanon will decide what to do with her. Okay? I'm not asking you to do anything wrong to her. I'm just asking you to share this message with other people so they can catch her. Interrogation must be done by the authorities and then deportation. Everything that I say is the truth, and I swear Jesus Christ is right here telling me to tell the truth, because these people are terrorists.